What's up, YouTube? It's your boy, the Blu-ray Bandit, back with another pawn shop haul video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for your best shot at a free digital code. Let's see what I got. All right, I hit one pawn shop. There's 16 titles in here. Let's see what I got. I went to a La Familia. The total was $38.34, which comes out to roughly $2.39 per title. First up, All the Right Moves, starring Tom Cruise and Craig T. Nelson, aka Coach. Haven't seen this movie. I know it's an early 80s Tom Cruise film. I've never seen it on a shelf at a pawn shop, so I decided to pick it up, give it a scan. I remember it roughly scanning at $9 or $10, so I figured I could take it home, give it a watch, check it off the checklist. If I enjoy it quite a bit, I will keep it. If not, I will sell it on eBay, but not before removing this awful sticker off the top. Red Planet. This movie has a great cast in Val Kilmer, Carrie-Anne Moss, and Tom Sizemore. I remember watching it in the movie theater back in the day, but I have very little recollection of what is actually contained in the film. So I'm interested in revisiting it and seeing if it holds up to my non-existent memory. Yeah, it had a little bit of damage right here over the UPC symbol, which probably will knock $1 or $2 off the final value were I to decide to sell it. Don't really remember what it scanned at, but I'm guessing it was at least twice what I would paid for it. Looks like the cover has that awful wavy look to it. So I'll probably have to replace the case, although since it has the damage on the back, I'll probably just keep the case and sell it in like a good or acceptable condition. If I were to sell it, we'll see what happens on a rewatch. Selfless. This is obviously a rental copy, bought at a pawn shop. Somebody else bought it at a rental store. I don't know where that rental store might be because there's none left here in Central Florida that I know of. So maybe this one came from up north where Family Video and other such stores still exist. I'm not quite sure. But I picked this one up to watch it primarily. It didn't scan very high. I think I will at least get my money back were I to decide to sell it. But I do enjoy Ryan Reynolds and Ben Kingsley. I have no idea if this is any good, but I figured I'd give it a little watch and either keep it or sell it. We'll see in the long run. Krampus. I've seen this movie once. I saw it in the movie theaters. It was pretty fun. I definitely did not hate it. It's notable to me because it stars Adam Scott. I've seen 3 or 4 of the movies he's in. You might remember him from Parks and Recreation. I believe he plays the Ben character. Kind of the nebbish guy who always wears REM shirts for some reason. Krampus is kind of a Christmas horror film comedy. If you have not seen it, you should definitely check it out. Has a nice tight snapcase on it, the Blu-ray and the DVD. If you're looking for a holiday classic, check it out. Krampus. Species. I bought this for myself, and I bought it before the recent reports that Dollar Tree has been selling copies of these for $1. So I'm guessing if the market on eBay isn't already flooded with those Dollar Tree $1 Blu-rays, it will be soon. I don't really remember what this scanned at, but luckily I bought it with the intent to keep it. I enjoy this movie. It's a schlocky 90s alien movie where the alien takes the form of Natasha Henstridge. It's very cheesy and not to be taken seriously, but a fun watch overall. I enjoy it quite a bit. Species. Pilgrimage. I know nothing about this movie. I pretty much only picked it up because Tom Holland's in it. And I believe the only movies that I've seen him in are the Spider-Man movies. There might be 1 or 2 others, but there's not many where he's the lead unless it's a Spider-Man movie. So I'm curious to see what he can do in a period piece, as this looks to be. I'm not quite sure exactly what this movie's about or if it's any good, but it was not much, and I figured it was worth a purchase, if only just to give it a watch once. And if I hate it, I will sell it off. Don't remember fully what it scanned at, but I would guess at least double what I paid for it. Here's a movie I am definitely keeping. I love Drumline, starring Nick Cannon. Don't really love modern Nick Cannon, but back in the day when he was an aspiring actor, he starred in this film, which is literally about a college marching band. And I don't really remember the particulars of the drama around it. I know I just enjoyed the performance overall. I enjoyed the idea of being in a college drum band and all of the various rivalries and college freshman drama type stuff. I really dug this movie the first time I saw it. It's been quite a while. I'm not sure whether it'll hold up, but it doesn't matter to me. This is another one where I don't remember what it scanned at. I think it probably at least made its money back, but not much more. Either way, I'm keeping it, so it doesn't really matter. City Heat, starring Clint Eastwood and Burt Reynolds. I have no clue what this movie is. I just enjoy Clint Eastwood, and I had never seen this film on a shelf at a pawn shop, much less a Best Buy or Walmart. I'm not sure this is a particularly obscure film, but it's definitely not one that they're carrying these days. Probably not a bestseller, probably because it's not very good. I do remember when I scanned this, it scanned at $6 or $7 roughly, somewhere around there. So I know even if I don't enjoy the movie, I can always resell it. NBD. So for now, City Heat staying. We'll see if I keep it in the long run after I give it a watch. G.I. Joe Retaliation in 3D. I've seen this. I saw it in the movie theater. I don't remember a frame of it. I'm sure if you enjoy G.I. Joe movies, maybe this is a fun watch. I haven't been able to get into the two that they released in theaters. This is like a multi-disc special edition, the DVD, the Blu-ray, and the 3D Blu-ray. I picked it up because it's a 3D title. I don't remember exactly what it scanned at, but I think it was roughly $5 or $6. So I will be selling it, get its money back on itself, and pay for one of these other titles that I plan on keeping. Coal Miner's Daughter, starring Sissy Spacek and Tommy Lee Jones, nominated for 7 Academy Awards, including Best Picture. I don't believe it won Best Picture, though. No, it just says nominated for 7 Academy Awards, including Best Picture. So if it was a Best Picture winner, I would have to keep it in order to get one step closer to my collection of Best Picture winners. But since it isn't, I will be giving it a watch. I know it's a classic. I've never seen it, but I want to check it out, so I will. And if I enjoy it, I'll leave it on my shelf. And if I don't, I'll throw it on eBay. From memory, roughly $4 or $5. Knocked Up, the unrated version, one of the few Seth Rogen live-action comedies I do not own yet, and now I do. Also, the movie that broke out director Judd Apatow and arguably broke out Seth Rogen himself. I enjoy this movie quite a bit. It's been a while since I've seen it. I only watched it once in the movie theater, so I'm excited to revisit it as well as add it to my collection of Judd Apatow films and Seth Rogen films. Knocked Up. It's a good one. Mercury Rising and The Jackal, 2 Bruce Willis 90s action films that I have very little memory of. I do remember The Jackal also has Jack Black in it, a young Jack Black, pre-fame Jack Black. And in The Jackal, he is some kind of arms dealer. And at some point, Bruce Willis's character turns on him and shoots him with some kind of crazy truck bed mounted machine gun and just completely blows 2 of his arms off. It's really gory and way, I don't want to say out of line, but definitely was gratuitous even for the time. Either way, I bought this because it will fit nicely on my shelf as a double feature. And I'm also interested in revisiting both of these movies at some point. I doubt it'll be tomorrow or the next day, but someday when I'm bored or sick or whatever, I will be checking these movies out again, and maybe it'll jog something in my memory. Clint Eastwood's The Mule. So I enjoy this movie. I've seen it 2 or 3 times. Clint Eastwood directed it and he stars in it. I'm collecting all of Clint Eastwood's, well, I shouldn't say that. Not all of Clint Eastwood's directorial efforts, because I've since had some, watched them for the first time, and decided they weren't worth my shelf space. But I'm at least saving the Clint Eastwood movies that I enjoy. And this is definitely one of them. He's an older guy in this movie. I mean, he is an older guy, but in this movie, he's playing an older guy who works as a drug mule that would not be suspected to be a drug mule because one, he's white, and two, he's old and he drives a beat up truck while he transports these drugs. He's not actually a drug dealer or anything like that. He just figures out that he can make good money doing this service for drug dealers. It kind of gets mixed up over the course of the film. It's a good one. If you like adult dramas, you should definitely check it out. The Meg, the Jason Statham shark movie. This will be the third copy of The Meg that I've sold. It's a reliable seller. Whenever I see it on the wall, I will pick it up and resell it because it easily goes for $7 or $8, paying for itself, plus another, maybe even two. There's not much to say about The Meg that I haven't said before, other than if you have not seen Jaws, don't watch The Meg until you've seen Jaws. It is a crime against film to watch Jaws before you watch a crappy shark movie like The Meg. Next up, 007, the Daniel Craig collection. This one has the first two Daniel Craig movies in it, Casino Royale and Quantum of Solace. I bought it purely as a space-saving measure. I already own both of these movies, but now I have it in a nice little 2-pack, which means I can get rid of my 2-3 disc special editions that are just kind of taking space on the shelf. If it was a movie that I thought I would ever watch the extras of, then I would keep those individual titles, but I don't care. I will probably never have the time to watch special features for the 007 movies. I just want the film. I want to own it so it can collect dust on my shelf. And also, so if I ever get the itch to revisit the series, it'll be right there instead of having to hunt it down on streaming services where it may or may not be at the moment. So for now, keeping this double disc collection and selling my individual titles. And finally, Young Adult. This is a Jason Reitman film. He directed the films Juno, Up in the Air, and Thank You for Smoking. It's a good adult comedy/drama, or maybe drama first, comedy second, but it's good. It obviously stars Charlize Theron. Man, her name is huge. It's almost bigger than the title itself. It's a pretty worthy billing, though. She's pretty awesome in it, kind of as an irresponsible mother. It's written by Diablo Cody, who also wrote Juno. And it's a movie that you wouldn't know it, but it has kind of like a surprise twist ending. This movie also has a rental sticker on it, which I checked all the discs, but I obviously overlooked that it had a rental sticker. I'll have to try to get that removed. I might just leave it there because there's little chance I will be reselling this. It's more of an oddity to put on the shelf and to force on a friend here or there. It's not one that most people would hit play on without a recommendation, but it's one of those movies that if you've seen it, there's a good possibility that you will attach yourself to it and champion it like I'm doing here. If you have not seen Young Adult and you enjoy Jason Reitman's other films, you should do yourself a favor and check it out. All right, 16 titles, $38.34 total. That's roughly $2.39 each. Estimated value of $85. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for your best shot at a free digital code. I wish I liked anything as much as my kid likes bubbles. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Until then, bye.